Hello and welcome to Yoga for when you haven't done yoga for a while. That might have been a little while, it might have been a long while. It happens to all of us at some point. You might have been really busy, you might have not been very well. You might just not have, it might have been that you couldn't be bothered to do it, and that's fine. So this is just a really casual, laid back practice. Simple movements just to get your body moving again, ease you back into it. Take it at your own pace. It's really nothing strenuous or fancy, just nice, simple yoga. Best kind of yoga. I haven't done yoga myself, even as a yoga teacher. I haven't done it much for a couple of weeks. That's being completely honest. It happens to all of us, so I'm right there with you. I really hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching. And if you have any requests or anything you want to see, please leave me a little comment. I love doing requests for people, so yeah, anything you want to see, let me know. Let's do this. We're going to start laying on our backs today, because who has the energy to start sitting up? Not me. So come into lay on your back. You can keep your knees bent, soles of the feet on the mat. You can have your knees resting against each other here, or have a little bit of space between them, whatever you prefer. You might want to bring your hands to your stomach, your chest, your heart, or you can have them out to the sides. Just see what feels better for you today. And then we'll just take a moment to arrive here, connect to the breath, and just see if you can start to bring a little bit of awareness to the breath. Might be a while since you've done this. So we're not trying to change the breath in any way or control it or send it to a certain place in the body. Just see if you can tune into how you're breathing naturally. And noticing how the breath feels in the body. And maybe bringing your awareness to where you can feel the breath most. It might be in your chest, your stomach, your nostrils, just wherever it is. See if you can keep your awareness there for a moment. We're going to take it nice and slow. No expectations, no pressure today, as always. I think when you haven't done yoga in a while and you want to come back to it, it's best to just ease yourself in. You don't need to hit the ground running if you don't want to. And that's not really the approach that I take. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to ease ourselves in. Okay, try and keep that connection to the breath throughout our practice. But if you start to lose it, just bring it, when you notice that connection's gone, just see if you can bring a little bit of awareness back, but don't worry about it too much. Okay, maybe blinking the eyes open if you've had the eyes closed. And let's just hug the knees into the chest. So wrapping the arms or the hands around the lower legs, the shins. Maybe noticing that your bottoms are covered in hair, picking it off if you want to. Or you can have your hands on your knees, your ankles, really wherever you prefer. And it might feel nice to gently rock side to side, massage out the lower back a little bit. And we're coming into our Apanasana. And then you can hold on to the knees. Start to circle the knees round in one direction. Again, massaging the lower back a little bit here. And then going in the opposite direction. Nice and slow. Then bringing the hands to the backs of the thighs, let's extend the feet up towards the ceiling. Oh, and if your legs, backs of your legs are really tight, like mine are, you'll be feeling this straight away. So don't feel like you need to completely straighten your legs here. You can keep a bend in the knees. And then let's just point and flex the feet a couple of times. And then rolling the ankles one way, nice and gently. Sending your awareness into your feet, noticing how they're feeling. And then rolling the ankles in the opposite direction. Maybe getting some pops and some cracks. And then coming back to stillness and just reach the heels up towards the ceiling here. Oh, yeah, that feels really tight. If you want to, you can gently, whether you're holding on to your calves or your thighs, you can gently pull the legs towards you. Again, knees don't have to be straight here. Keep bending the knees. That feels a bit too much. Don't feel like you need to pull the legs towards you. Just keep them where it feels more comfortable. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, we'll bring the feet back to the mat. Nice. Hands can come to the stomach or the chest. We're just going to let the knees drop over towards the left. Inhaling here. We'll exhale to come back to center. And then inhale to drop the knees to the right. Exhale back to center. Take another inhale here. And then exhaling either through the nose or the mouth. You might sigh it out. Really nice. We're going to make our way onto all fours. So you can either hug the knees into the chest, hold on to the backs of the thighs, and you can roll along the spine. You might want to do that a couple of times if it feels nice. If that doesn't feel good for you today, from this position laying on your back, just roll onto your side. Use your arms to help you up. And let's come onto all fours. Taking your time to get there, making any adjustments that you need to. And if you've got long hair that's going to get in your way, you could tie it up now, just so it doesn't get in your face. Absolutely optional there, of course. And then we're coming to our tabletop position. So we want the knees to be roughly underneath the hips, about hip distance apart. Wrists either underneath the shoulders, or if that feels a little bit too much, if there's too much pressure in your wrists like that, just walk the hands a bit further forwards. You might notice that tabletop feels a bit different if you haven't done it for a while. Completely normal and to be expected, so try not to worry about it too much. It doesn't matter really, does it? You can either come onto fists if that feels better, or you can come onto your forearms and change at any point to make sure you feel comfortable. So from your chosen hand arm position, we'll move through our cat-cow. So as you inhale, drop the belly. We're arching the spine, lift the chest, maybe the gaze comes forwards too. Maybe smile if you want to, really cheesy. And then as you exhale from the tailbone, rounding the spine in the opposite direction. Already push the hands into the mat. Nice. Inhale takes us back to our cow pose. And close your eyes if you want to. And exhaling to our cat pose. Moving with your own breath. Tuning into how the spine feels. This movement might feel a little bit stiffer or a bit clunky if you haven't done it in a while. That's normal, don't worry. Just seeing if you can be nice and gentle. And trying not to be self-critical if you are noticing it feels a little bit harder or a little bit different. That's the hardest thing in yoga, letting go of them self-critical thoughts. We just gotta keep trying. Right, let's inhale to come back to tabletop. When you're ready, hopefully I'll still be in the frame here, you can extend your left leg behind you with your toes tucked. And then we're just gently going to rock back and forth here. So stretching out the backs of the legs. That's where it gets really tight for me when I haven't done yoga in a while. My legs, my hips as well, but we'll do a bit of hip stuff in a minute. So as you rock back, see if you can really push away through your heel. So really stretching into the calf. You might stay there if that feels good, or you can continue rocking back and forth. Keep pressing down through the fingertips, try and take a little bit of pressure out of the wrists. Let's take one more breath here. And then bringing that left knee back. We'll extend the right leg now, tucking the right toes. Same thing on this side, just gently rocking back and forth. Trying to keep that connection to the breath if the mind has started to wander. And then as you rock back, really press away through the heel again on this side. You might stay there. If that feels nice, it does for me. Or you can continue rocking back and forth. Really nice. Let's take one more breath here. Exhale to bring the right knee back. We're going to come into a child's pose. So you can come into an extended child's pose, and that's where you take your knees a little bit wider. Bring the big toes to touch. Sit the hips back towards the heels. You can walk the hands forwards. And then let the forehead find the mat. Or if you've got a brick or a block or a cushion at home, if the forehead's hovering here, just put something underneath it. You can even use your hands, your fists, just because you want the head to be able to relax. If this feels a little bit intense in the hips, if your hips are quite tight, just scooch the knees a bit closer together. So find your version of child's pose. And taking a couple of breaths here. Tuning back into the sound of your breath. Really nice. And then on your next inhale, we're going to press down through the fingertips. Lift the head up. And then as you exhale, walking the hands back towards you. Nice. And then we're going to come into a seated position. So you can just swing your legs to the side. coming into a seat. So you want your feet to be about hip distance apart. And we'll come into a forward fold here. So sitting up nice and tall. If you've got a cushion, a brick or a block that you want to sit on, please do. Just raise your hips up a little bit. But from here, we're going to inhale to reach the arms up. And then as you exhale, think of going up and over. So hinging from the hips, keep the spine straight. And if you feel like your spine wants to round here, so if you're reaching forwards and your spine is rounding like mine is, you can bend your knees. So keep the spine straight, you can bend your knees. Don't have to reach all the way to your feet. You can keep your hands on your legs. You can even keep your hands on your thighs. So see what you prefer. Wherever you are, seeing if you can breathe nice and deeply. And if you've got your knees bent and you want to feel more of a stretch in the backs of the legs, try scooting your heels away just a tiny bit. It normally only takes like the smallest movement, and then, for me anyway, you'll be like, oh, yeah, I'm feeling that now. Let's take another inhale here. Nice straight spine. As you exhale, you can round your spine now. Let the head relax. Let the shoulders relax away from the ears. And maybe feeling a stretch, even more of a stretch in the backs of the legs, the spine rounded. One more breath here. Nice slow exhale. And then we'll inhale to roll up nice and slowly. Really nice. Let's bring the legs out nice and wide. So coming into a straddle or a wide-legged seat. This might feel quite tricky if your hips are feeling really tight. So don't feel like you need to take your legs as wide as you might have previously or as you normally do. You can bring them a little bit closer together. So we don't want any pain, any pinching in the hips, and don't feel like you have to push yourself to 100%. So find the position of your legs that feels good for you. We're going to reach the arms out in front, interlace the fingers. Just going to mix round. Oh, going in whatever direction you want to. This is where I feel it, where I'm like, yeah, I haven't done this for a while. And you can keep your legs straight, or you can bend your knees, especially as you come forwards. And make this mixing movement as big or as small as you want it to be. And then let's go in the opposite direction. Oh, really nice. One more time round. Coming back to center. And let's draw the right heel in towards your center here. So bending that right knee. We'll take the right hand out towards the side. And we'll inhale with the left arm. As you exhale, bend towards the right. And then really simple, we're just going to windmill all the way up and over to the other side. So you can either stay in stillness here, or like me, you can kind of come in and out of it nice and slowly. So stretching down the side of the body. Let's windmill back over to the right. And one more time over to the left. Oh, nice. Let's inhale to reach both arms up. Maybe taking the gaze up to, and exhale, release. And let's swap. So extending the right leg out. Left heel comes in. We'll bring the left hand out to the side. Inhale, reach up with the right arm, bending towards the left. Then we'll windmill all the way over, bend towards that extended leg. All the way up, back over to the left. Nice and simple. We're not worried about how it looks, just how it feels. And then all the way back over to the right. Oh, inhale, we'll reach both arms up. Exhale, bring them back down. And then we'll come into, I think we'll do our last pose. We'll come into a bound angle or cobbler's pose, butterfly pose, lots of names. And we'll bring the soles of the feet together, knees wide. Again, this will feel a lot trickier if your hips are feeling tighter than usual. So make sure the position of your feet feels okay for your hips. And what I mean is that if you've got your feet really close towards you here, hips feel tight, spine is rounded, don't feel like you have to do it like that. It's better if you keep your heels a bit further away from you so that you can sit up nice and tall, not compressing the spine or the lower back. And then you can try and let your knees relax a little bit so that you feel that stretch in the hips. So choose what you prefer, play around with it a little bit. You can bring your hands to the ankles, shins, or all the way to the feet. Try and keep the spine straight just for a few breaths. Lifting the chest, and if you've got your hands to your feet or to your lower legs, you might want to give them a little massage. Or just like pat them a little bit or squeeze them a bit. Try and let the knees relax. So notice if your knees are lifting up here. See if you can just give them a little bit of weight, but don't feel like you need to press the knees towards the mat. Just let them be a little bit heavy. Let's take one more breath here. Nice. Then bringing the hands to the knees, let's help the legs back together. And we are going to end our practice today in whatever position you want to end your practice in. So if you feel like you've got things to do after watching this video, after your practice, you might want to finish in a seat, keep a little bit of energy, or if you're really tired, you want to relax, then come and lay on your back, your stomach, your side. Choose what feels best for you and don't feel like you have to do the same as me, ever. So choosing the position that you prefer, and then closing the eyes. Just reconnecting to the breath for a couple of moments. And just taking the time to slow down before you continue with your day. And maybe just taking a moment to thank yourself for your practice. It's a bit cheesy, but it's not easy coming back when you've been gone for a while, but you've done it now, so you might as well give yourself a pat on the back. Take 2 more breaths here, nice and slow. And then if you're in a position that allows for it, you might bring the palms of the hands together, maybe taking them up to the forehead or to the chest or the heart, and you might take a little bow. Well, thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.